What's up, everybody? It's your boy Baybar to Go Bar coming at you with another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. Today we're going to take a spin with a really cool graveyard themed deck. We're going to be using some of the fun new cards from Guilds of Ravnica, and we're going to be doing it in Nicol Bolas 2. I'll show you his skills once we get in game, but a couple of big cards here are the creatures. Underrealm Lich is a really fun card. If you've gotten him and hadn't had a chance to play with him, you really should try him out. Basically, whenever you draw a card, destroy the top 3 cards of your library. So that's a big deal. We're trying to fill our library up for a number of different cards that we're going to combo off of it. He does have prevent damage, but you can lose it if he takes damage. So that's Underrealm Lich. It's really important to try and get one of those on the board and stable early in the game. Blood Operative is another beastly card. He's rare, but if you have him, you really need to give him a try. He works brilliantly with Surveil. That's kind of his specialty. And he does exile some cards from opponent's graveyard, but relevantly, what he does is whenever you Surveil, if there's 6 or more black gems, lose 3 life and return this creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you can tutor up as many copies of them as you have in your graveyard every time you Surveil, assuming there's 6 black gems on the board. Glimpse the Unthinkable. This is a masterpiece quality card from the current set. Destroy the top card of your library for each black gem, and then increase the cost of the first 2 cards in your opponent's hand by X, where X is the amount of blue gems. Again, trying to fill the graveyard, and it has a little positive externality of slowing down your opponent. Blue Sun's Zenith. Draw X cards where X is this card's stored mana, then give those cards X plus 2 mana. This card is unbelievably good, and if you don't have it yet, I strongly encourage you to focus on getting it. Meaning, whether you wait and craft all the mythics from M19 and then spend your jewels on this pack alone to try and guarantee you get it, or just buying enough of this pack in the elite pack that it's in to try and guarantee that you get it. Either way, make sure it happens. If you have to dedicate gobs of resources to get it, you need to get it. Trust me. River's Rebuke is an amazing card in this deck because it both controls creatures, it controls supports, and if it has a lot of mana in it and you exile it, it will fill your jumpstart cards with a lot of mana, 21 of it, in fact. Connive, we never use this side. Theoretically you could, but we probably won't. But here's Concoct. This says Surveil 3. So again, it'll bring out your... remember, Surveil says you look at the top 4 cards of your library. Sorry about that. Get back in there. Basically, look up to X cards from the top 4 of your library. So we can basically trash the next up to 3 of the next 4 cards of our library and basically choose which one's on the top. So that's a big deal. And then it says, then return the first creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So for only 8 mana, you basically get to pull a creature out of your graveyard onto the battlefield. And the other great thing is all the operatives will tutor up after you Surveil. So that'll happen first. And so then when you cast this, assuming there's a Lich in your graveyard, you will guarantee to get the Lich out. So really cool combination with this deck. Bacon Bolt, as we call it, deal damage to any target equal to the total number of spells in your graveyard. So again, we're dumping tons of spells and other stuff into our graveyard, and also it has jump start. So if you exile something from your hand, these will fill up with mana. And I stated something incorrect in a prior video that you can only fill up 1 card at a time. That is not true. If you have 10 of these in the graveyard and exile 90 mana worth of stuff, you will fill up all 10 of them. So awesome card. Can also be targeted against creatures and stuff if you need to, so keep that in mind. And then Discovery is another good way to tutor up our operatives, as well as continue surveilling and digging through our deck. We could use this Dispersal when necessary as another way of kind of controlling the board. We have Storm the Vault, which not going to go over this one. You should know what that is by now. And then Disinformation Campaign, another Guilds of Ravnica card that basically says... you draw a card, opponent discards a card, but whenever you Surveil, opponent discards a card. So really good combination and combos well with Nicol Bolas 2. So this is actually not an easy matchup here, but I'm going to run against the PvE boss, Tezzeret. And the reason I'm doing this is make a little bit of a longer game and make sure I'm not just facing some 82 life Chandra that dies in 3 turns. Make it a little more challenging than that. So we will see how it goes. Of course, if you're not already, then subscribe to my channel so you get these updates automatically. And really, really enjoying this set so far. It's been a lot of fun. You know, there's not really a bunch of cards in there that I'm like, wow, this is so utterly broken. But let me go ahead and just exile these and go right into Blue Sun Zenith. But like the decks, like the cards combo well with each other, rather than being like, oh, this is just an instant add to, you know, any green deck or something like that. So, yeah, really, really digging the set. I'm not saying it's the best set. I'm just saying the cards are a lot of fun to play. All right, so we obviously have that. I guess I take this. Get our Zenith going. 2 bacon bolts. Wow, and no spells. I think we hold that till next turn. I guess we throw that in the graveyard. Let's put both of these blood operatives in the graveyard and pull them right back out. See, that's ridiculous, right? I mean, how ridiculous is that? That's insane. I don't think we have a Lich in our graveyard yet. We don't. We might be able to get one with this Surveil. I do want to get a Storm of the Vault down, but I guess I need to get into this Blue Sun Zenith. That's probably the right move, is just to exile everything. There are some jumpstart cards that'll get some mana by doing this. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Let's take the loyalty in the black. There's a Lich, even though we want him in our graveyard. But we can cast him hard. I guess we can just hard cast him next turn. That's fine as well. I'm gonna go ahead and take out that whale, because this guy is pretty scary, actually. This is no cupcake. When he first came out, everyone kind of got shocked by how difficult he was. So he's actually a pretty good test for decks, especially in standard. All right. Don't really need all this stuff, do I? I don't really have anything in my graveyard yet. I want to get a Lich down for sure. I think I will play one Connive and just chunk everything else out. That looks like the right play, I think. Not 100% sure on that one. Oh, man, that was stupid. Actually, maybe it'll cast it after this, now that there'll be creatures in the graveyard, presumably after 2 glimpses. No? How about now? I forgot what support that is down there. Is that a Storm of the Vault, or is that a Disinformation Campaign? No. Disinformation Campaign. Damn it. All right. Did I not put it on the Concoct side? Maybe that was what I did. I think that's accurate. Oops. Misplays. Okay. Definitely don't want that. Do kind of want that, but we're going to throw it away anyway. Might as well cast a Concoct. Don't see anything great here. I guess I should show you Nicol Bolas in case you're not familiar. His first says draw 2 cards and give them 3 mana. Rarely do I use that. Second one is your opponent discards their first and last card. Increase the cost of cards in their opponent's hand by 3. Rarely use that. I usually do the Bolas Rising. Deal 20 damage to target creature and lose 5 life. If it died, create a Bolas Spark token that basically can't be destroyed and gives you 2 loyalty every turn. And then it flips Bolas around. And again, his first is pretty solid on the back, where you can kill creatures or at least hit him for 9. Or planeswalkers for that matter, and then return the creature with the most reinforcements from your graveyard to the battlefield with its reinforcements. That's awesome in certain decks, not that relevant in this deck. And then his big one is at the beginning of each turn, the support loses 1 shield. Your opponent can't draw cards. 12 support shield basically prevents the opponent from drawing cards for a very long time. So that's a really good way to shut down an opponent, especially when you have stuff like Disinformation Campaign that's already thinning out their hand. So, you know, I'm trying to think if I even need to cast Concoct. Do I have... There's a Lich in there. There's a Blood Operative. I guess it's probably worth the 1 mana. This will just reduce, assuming I don't cascade into something, the quality of my Blue Sun Zenith by 1 mana. But I think it's probably worth it. So let's throw the Lich, the Bacon Bolt, and the River's Rebuke. And then let's go ahead and cast this. Pulled that other one off the top that we knew was there. Each additional one, remember, every time we're drawing a card, we just basically dumped 18 more cards into the graveyard. So just keep that in mind. You know, I guess why not? I have 2 of them. I don't really need 2 of them, do I? I'll keep that one. More glimpses. Starting to do some pretty big damage with my creatures now. Got my Storm the Vault online, so this is looking in the bag, so to speak. I wasn't sure how this game was going to go, to be honest with you. This is, like I said, he's not an easy opponent, and he can sometimes get going really, really quickly. Good deal. That's a lot of mana. Alright, so let's go ahead and flip our Bolus. He's going to cast another one of those Metallurgic Summoners, so I think we just take out the Whale for now. I guess we go ahead and cast our Concoct Connives. Definitely go ahead and cast the Storm. Well, actually, maybe I should exile some of this stuff. Because I've got tons of Bacon Bolts down here, so it's probably smart to go ahead and start building up some jumpstart mana on them. I wish you could organize it and see it more easily, but you can see I have gobs of... I have 53 spells, so Bacon's going to hit pretty strong. Let's take this guy and exile it. And take this guy and exile it. And we'll just cast the rest. I don't want to exile my Blood Operative because I like him in the graveyard. I don't really know that the mana matters that much right now, so we'll just take the easy way out. Yes, we'll do this. We will dump. I think that Disinformation Campaign's still alive, so I guess we don't need that. Definitely throw the Bacon Bolt down there. Here comes the Blood Operative stack based on the Surveil. Got our Lich from Concoct. Hardcast another Operative going into BSZ, and of course we're dumping 3 cards again every time we draw a card. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, so good. We'll not do this one. We will do this one. You can see I've emptied his entire hand with Disinformation Campaign. Let's just see how much damage it does. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it to his... So that's 78 damage. Take one to the dome. That's 77 because that last one got exiled. So we get 1 less. Got some more mana in our hand. See, think about if he wasn't able to draw cards right now. That would be just even more awesome. That looks like a big fat River's Rebuke about to hit him in the face. Alright. Go ahead and exile everything else. Get some jumpstart. I don't even know. I could just not even cast the River's Rebuke and get more exiles, but I don't think so. I think this is the right play. Throw him up there. Cast a Zenith. Good. Alright, so we're going to basically discard everything he has. We got a match 5, so we're going to ult now. And basically he's going to have really not much ability to do anything. We're swinging for 87 per bacon bowl at this point. He might even be dead here. Yeah, he is dead here. But if he wasn't dead, he couldn't draw a card. Let's go ahead and kill him via bacon. What do you guys say? This deck's so much fun. So give it a whirl. I don't think you need all the pieces. You probably don't need Glimpse if you don't have that masterpiece. BSZ is pretty important because of that draw, but you could use something like Days Undoing maybe to do a similar effect. Again, you know, you're just dumping a lot of cards by drawing a lot, so that would be a possibility. In Legacy, you could, of course, use Behold the Beyond, which would be amazing. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what videos you'd like to see, and peace.